your audio and video settings, guys. Any problem for yesterday's notes, guys? Any problem towards downloading yesterday's notes? Try to open with Paint application. Try to open with Paint application, please. Try to open with Paint application. Nothing will be there. Okay, 1 minute. Let me show that. Yeah, this one now. I think this is our yesterday's one, right? Yeah, let's see now. Go there, download, show in folder, open with Paint. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, you take other one also, yours one also. Download, show in folder, open with Paint. It's coming nicely. Let me try with the Google Classroom one. Okay, I'll look into the matter. Basically, problem is there not there from my side, guys. I'll check. Is there any quality issues from Google? Yes. Everyone, please come back. No, it's saying not saying it's no content is there. Okay, not a problem. Listen, guys. Limitations of keeping multiple logics in single class. Limitations of keeping multiple logics in single class. Number one, limitations of keeping multiple logics in single class, guys. Yeah, please, guys, by Monday, Tuesday, keep your Google Classroom ready because mostly next week onwards, I may stop posting content in the Facebook. Okay, talk to admin people, try to get the Google Classroom. Limitations of keeping multiple logics in what? Single Java class. Yeah, no clean separation between logics, guys. No clean separation between logics. Okay. No clean separation between logics. The code becomes clumsy. The code becomes clumsy. Why, sir? We mix up multiple logics, na boss. So all logics together, code becomes what? Clumsy. Next, the modifications done in one logics affects the other logics. The modification done in one logics may affect what? Other logics. Next one, maintenance and enhancement of the maintenance and enhancement of the maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes complex. What do you mean by maintenance, guys? After releasing project, fixing the bugs, that is called maintenance. Come on. What do you mean by enhancement, guys? Adding the new feature on the top of existing feature. Both needs to modify the code. So modification done in one logics are going to affect other logics or not. Come on. Next. Parallel development is not possible. Array, in one class only you are keeping all logics. Can you see multiple programmers working on one class parallelly? Parallel development is not possible. So the productivity is very poor. Productivity is very poor. Array, what do you mean by productivity, boss? Doing more work in less time. So that is very poor in case of what? This one. Nasty. It is not industry standard. No one in the industry prefers this approach, guys. It is not industry standard approach to develop the projects. It is not industry standard approach to develop the projects. Limitations of keeping multiple logics in single Java class. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Come on. No clean separation between logics. The code becomes clumsy. The modification done in one logic affects what other logics. Maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes complex. So in order to overcome this problem, what we should do? In order to overcome these problems, come on. We need to go for layered application development. Layered application development. Tell me. A layer is a logical partition of the application or project that represent specific logics. Are you getting my point there, boss? That represents specific logics. That's the one more thing that we have to focus, boss. A layer is a logical partition of the application or project that represents specific logic. Okay. Now listen. What is that? Typical standalone layered application. Yes, boss. You'll be having client application, guys. This client application interacts with what? Controller. Controller interacts with what? Service class. Controller is also Java class, guys. Service class will interact with what? DAO class. And DAO class will interact with what? Database software. Client application talks with the controller. Controller will talk with the service. Service will talk with the DAO. DAO will talk with what? Database software. So this is typical standalone layered application. Are you listening my statement, boss? Come on. Yes. Typical web-based layered application. If it is a web-based layered application, how does it looks? So right now we are learning standalone environment only, boss. Well, knowledge sake I am giving. In Spring MVC classes, we will be studying this. Okay. UI. HTML, JSP, UI. Controller servlet. Again what? Service class. Here is what? DAO class. Talking to database software. Right. Now tell me, client application contains what logic? UI logics. UI logics. Nothing but presentation logics, guys. UI logics. Giving input, gathering outputs kind of thing. Controller. Monitoring logics. Monitoring logics. Yes. What it contains? Business logics. DAO contains what logic? Persistence logics. Okay, guys. This one contains persistence logic. Same thing is replicable. Here are my monitoring logics, guys. Here are my business logics. Here are my persistence logics. I hope you are understanding my statement, boss. Typical standalone layered application, typical web-based lazy. Now tell me, all logics are there in single place or in multiple places, boss? Different logics are kept in different places or not? Speak out. Speak out. Now listen. Keeping multiple logics in single class and developing entire application through single class is something like what? Bachelor room, guys. Bachelor room. Yeah, tell me, bachelor room means what? In single room, multiple activities will take place or not? That itself bedroom, that itself kitchen, that itself reading room, that itself cricket playing ground, that itself okay cooking room, so that itself kitchen. So everything happens in a single room. So bachelor room. So things are crazy in bachelor room or not? Because all things in one place, guys, all are mixed up, no clean separation between items. Room looks very clumsy and crazy. Come on, come on. Mm. So advantages of layered applications. Advantages of layered application. What are the various advantages of layered application, boss? Next, clean separation between logics. Clean separation between logics is possible. So code does not look clumsy. Code does not look clumsy. The modifications done in one layer logics. One layer logics. Alright, today's discussion is what you know, real-time DI. How to use real-time dependency injection in real projects. Mm. Does not affect other layer logics because there are multiple layers now, boss. Next, one layer logic does not affect what? Other layer logics. Mm. Next one, maintenance. Maintenance and enhancement of the maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes easy. Maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes what? Easy. Parallel development is possible, guys. I can ask multiple programmers work on multiple layers and to complete the project very fastly. I can request multiple, okay, one programmer working on DAOs, one programmer working on service classes, other programmers working on what? UI and controllers are led parallelly, and we can complete the project very fastly, boss. Parallel development is possible, right? Parallel development is possible. So the productivity is good. What is this? Productivity is good. Yes, guys. And it is industry standard approach. It is industry standard approach to develop the okay software projects. Yeah, everyone in the industry prefers this approach here to develop the software applications. Definitely prefers this approach to develop the software applications. Right. Okay, listen carefully. It is like 3 BHK flat. It is like 3 BHK flat, guys. Are you listening my statement, boss? It's seriously, literally, it is like what? 3 BHK flat. Everything is clear. This is bedroom, this is a hall, this is kitchen, this is master bedroom, this is bedroom for kids, this is bedroom for guests. Come on, come on. Things looks very interesting or not? Typical standalone layered application, typical web-based layered application. Advantages of layered application. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Yes. I hope you thoroughly understood all the statements, guys. Okay, boss. Now listen. I think other day I discussed three types of Java beans are there. Remembered? Three types of Java beans are there. Studied that discussion or nada? After introducing Java bean, there are three types of Java bean. Confirm whether I launched those discussions or not. VO class, value object class. Remembered? Value object class carries inputs. Carries inputs or outputs. Carries inputs or output. Remember that, boss? Next, DTO class. Okay, data transfer object class. Data transfer object class. Okay, guys. Uh, carries shippable data from one layer to another layer. From one layer to another layer, either within the project or across the projects, across the multiple projects, across the multiple projects. Next, BO class, also called entity class, also called model class. Hmm. What is BO means, guys? What is BO means? Business object class. Business object class. Yes. It won't contain persistence logic. Sorry, you're going in a wrong direction. DAO contains persistence logic, guys. This contains persistable, contains either persistible or persistent data. Persistent. To be saved or retrieved data from table. To be inserted or retrieved data from database table. Persistible means to be inserted. I hope you studied all these things. Studied or not studied, boss? Persistent data. Retrieved. Retrieved from DB table. Retrieved from DB table. To be inserted in DB table. To be inserted in DB table. Right. Like this, we are having three types of Java beans, guys. Now focus. Now focus. So right now we are dealing with a typical standalone layered application, right? Copy this, come here. Copy this, come here. How client application passes more than three values to when should I think about Java bean to pass data from one class to another class? When three values are there or more than three values are there? Three values are there, more than three values. Array, initially we discussed all this stuff, boss. Whenever there are more than three values, better not to design method having more than three params. Remembered? Instead of that, try to design method having Java bean as the parameter. All these fundamentals we discussed. Okay, if you missed such classes, don't worry. I know one, two people might have missed such classes. youtube.com/nareshit. youtube.com/nareshit. Go to search box. Go to what? Search box. What is this? Vivo, BO, DTO by Natraz. Type the topic name and take my name, guys. Okay, listen. VO class versus BO class versus DTO class. One video is there. Are you able to see that, guys? Yes, boss. Click on it. Copy this, boss. Say paste. Everyone, please watch it. If you miss the class, please watch it. Yeah, now listen. Client application passes its multiple inputs, more than three inputs to controller as VO class object. As VO class object. Controller passes its multiple inputs to service class as DTO class object. Service class sends its multiple inputs for DAO to insert into database table, to persist into database table as BO class object. Anyhow, DAO class will send SQL queries to database software completing the job. Are you able to now link, boss? Are you able to feel it, boss? Come on. Are you able to feel it or not? Okay, now listen carefully, boss. Now, very, 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 very carefully, you please observe. Right. Now, in real time, dependency injection will be used to inject DAO to service, service to controller. Speak out. DAO to service, service to controller. That means using dependency injection only, DAO will be injected to service class will be injected to controller. Then what about controller in client application? Listen carefully. Actually, controller also can be injected to client, but somewhere I have to create IOC container, na? So creating IOC container, calling factory.getBean is done in what? Client application. Creating IOC container, calling factory.getBean. Okay, having controller class bean ID will be done in what? Client application. So that means client gets a controller through factory.getBean method call. Controller gets service class through injection. DAO service gets DAO through injection. Array, now you are able to feel it. So don't think that real-time dependency injection is given for DTDC Flipkart kind of thing, boss. In any project in the company, the dependency injection will be used in this angle. I hope you are convinced or not. Okay, boss. If the above, you are not active in the chat box, guys. Saturday effect or not enjoying the discussion. If the above project or application is developed in Spring, okay, Spring, then we need to inject we need to inject a DAO class object to service class. DAO is dependent class and service is target class. B, service class object to controller class. Come on. Service class object to controller class. Controller is target class and service is dependent. That means service is acting as both target and dependent, guys. From controller perspective, it is dependent. From DAO perspective, it is what? Target. It's possible, right? Controller class object to service. Service is dependent. Service is dependent class. Note. Client application gets controller class object by calling factory.getBean method. That means, come on guys, that means the IOC container will be created in client application. The IOC container will be created in client application. I think you got idea. Okay, now tell me, it is a banking project or e-commerce project or financial service project or X project or Y project. If someone asks you, how did you use Spring in your project? Where did you use dependency injection in your project? Then you have to say what? My project is a layered application. There I used dependency injection to inject DAO to service, service to controller. If you give this answer, interviewer will be happy or not. Suppose you have tell, I use it to inject DTDC to Flipkart and your project is a banking project. Or I use it to inject course to student and your project is what? E-commerce project. Is it going to work out, guys? But this terminology is applicable for any domain projects, guys. Is applicable for what? Any domain project. I think you are enjoying my statements, guys. I think you got a clarity, clear-cut clarity. What is layered application? How to develop layered application? Okay, let us try to understand one by one now. DAO class. Data access object class. Data access object class. It is the Java class that separates persistence logic from other logics. Persistence logic from other logics of the application and makes those logics makes those logics and makes persistence logic makes those logics reusable and flexible logics to modify and makes those logics as reusable and flexible logics to modify. Are you getting my point? This class contains purely persistence logic, guys. Even C is equal to A plus B should not be placed in what DAO. Purely persistence logic. Okay. We can write persistence logics in DAO class using any persistence technology or framework. Any persistence technology or framework like JDBC, Spring JDBC, Spring ORM, or Hibernate, Spring Data, JPA, and etc. Right now, we don't know all these things. We know only JDBC. For few days, we write plain JDBC. Later, we will try to learn other environments and we will try to write those logics here also. So, since the discussion has come, let me go for it. Okay, guys. Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and etc. are called data storage technologies or softwares, and they are capable of storing and managing the data. That's why they are called data storage technologies. Next, JDBC, Hibernate, Spring JDBC, Spring ORM, Spring Data JPA, and etc. are called, come on, or data access technologies or frameworks because because we access because we can access and manipulate data. Okay, we can access and manipulate data collected from come on, data collected from database softwares. Okay, database softwares using these technologies or framework based logics. Using these technologies or framework based logics. Are you listening my statement, guys? Come on. Right. Now listen carefully. Yeah, at least now you understood why they are called data access object classes, guys. Why they are named as data access object class? Okay. Why they named data access? Because they can access and modify the data from database software. Okay. The Java classes that contains the logics using data access technologies are called DAO classes, data access object classes. Right. I think you got it. Why they named it as DAO? Everyone asked me question why they named it as DAO. Some part of industry pronounce it as a Dow class. Actually, Dow spell is DOW, but somehow they pronounce it as Dow class also. Industry creates a pronunciation out of abbreviations, boss. That is very danger. They creates pronunciation, okay, out of abbreviations. I'll tell. When I shocked for the first time. Initially, when I was working for company, there is ID called there is ID called Debless AD. Debless AD. WebSphere Studio Application Developer. That's one ID. Now later it is renamed as RAD, Rational Application Developer. Okay, but in those days, people used to call it as WASAD IDE. We are using WASAD IDE. I was totally shocked initially. So later, when I do some googling, then I realized, oh, WSAD means WebSphere Studio Application Developer. And if you are learning web services, you might have heard about WSDL documents and WADL document. Anyone studied WSDL documents and WADL documents? WSDL and WADL documents, guys. Okay, WSDL and WADL documents. WebSphere, Web Service Description Language document. Studied or not studied? In RESTful web services, you will be getting WADL document. In SOAP-based web services, you will be studying a WSDL document. So they never pronounce like that. They will call it WSDL document, WSDL document. Right. So that's why. So please habituate with this kind of wording so that you won't be shocked in the interview room. You won't be shocked in the company. Right. So some part of industry calls it as a Dow class. Okay. Right, boss. If project is having less than 100 DB tables, then we take one DAO class per 1 DB table. 1 DAO class per 1 DB table. If project is having greater than 100, greater than or equal to 100 DB tables, then we take 1 DAO class per related DB tables. 1 DAO class per related DB tables. Okay, 1 DAO class per 4 or 5 related DB tables. For 4 or 5 DB tables together, we will try to take 1 DAO class. For 4 or 5 DB tables together, we will try to take 1 DAO class. Are you listening my statement, boss? Come on. Four or 5 related DB tables. Listen. If project is having greater than under, okay guys, every DAO class contains two parts. Number one, okay, query part. All SQL queries will be placed at the top of the class as string constants. Sir, why they will be placed at the top of the class? Though they are used in the middle of the classes, boss, but their declaration will be done at the top of the class. Are you understanding? It's a standard only. It's not a rule. Nothing is rule, guys. It's a standard or recommendation. Why, sir? Are tomorrow table name changed, column name changed, column count changed. Who will search entire DAO class? Where is query? Where is query? If there is a guarantee all queries are there at the top of the class, it becomes easy for programmer to go to the top of the class and to modify the query or not. All SQL queries will be placed at the top of the class as string constants in uppercase. Why in uppercase, sir? To differentiate them from Java code. In uppercase. In uppercase letters. Actually, SQL queries are not case sensitive, boss. That's why you can write in lowercase or uppercase or what? Mixed case, okay? But we prefer writing what? We prefer writing in uppercase. Right. It's something like this, guys. Something like this. You in your home there is no such a convince. Mayur Kamala, without knowing dependency injection, you are attending classes, huh? Mr. Mayur Kamar, can you show your ID card once? Can you send your fees receipt once? Mr. Mayur, I think you are a fake student of this batch. I'm telling straight away on your face. Mr. Mayur, are you there? What the hell you are doing, boss? We are studying dependency injection from so many days. And today you are asking me definition of dependency injection. Shame on you guys. Shame on you. Okay, guys. What you are learning every day? DTDC injection to Flipkart. What is that? Mayur, please send your receipt once. I'm giving 10 minutes time. Otherwise, you will be removed from the meeting. Dirty fellows. What is setter injection? What is constructor injection? We spend whole day to understand what is difference between dependency lookup and dependency injection. Guys, I hope you attended those classes. I have given some real life examples also, right? Remembered? In our home, we will get the food as dependent through dependency lookup, right? If you go to relatives' home, food will come through dependency injection. Mayur, I am giving 10 minutes time to submit your receipt. Okay. If project is having greater than or equal to 100 DB tables, then we take one DAO class for 4-5 related tables. Are 4-5 related DB tables related persistence logic. 4-5 tables related persistence logic will be written in one DAO class. So generally in one DAO class, 1 DB table related persistence logics will be there. That means that DB table related insert logic, update logic, delete logic, select logics will be there. Are you getting my point there? Super. Next. Okay. Code part. Mayur, now stop telling the stories. Please submit the receipt. Okay. Code part. So if you are a newcomer, keep at least watch videos, backup videos. Ask your admin to give the backup videos and watch. Right. What is next one, boss? Code part. Entire persistence logic. Code part. Entire persistence logic. Performing code operations. Entire persistence logic performing code operations will be kept in. Performing code operations will be kept in. Will be kept in. Entire persistence logic performing code operations will be kept in. Come on, guys. Kept in methods of the DAO class. Methods of the DAO class. Yes. Array, nothing but methods here. Methods having persistence logic. Methods having persistence logic. Are you listening? Okay, boss. Array, code part means persistence logic means all the stuff. Persistence logic means code operations will be kept in methods of DAO class. Okay, boss. This class also contains, come on, guys. This class also contains logics to establish the connections, establish the connection with the database software, and logic to close. Logic to close same database connection. Logic to close same database connection. Right, boss. Okay, guys. Yeah. String constant means, what do you mean by string constants, boss? Private static final variables. String constants nothing but private static final variables. Right. This is a typical DAO class, guys. Typical DAO class. Everyone is clear on DAO class, guys? Everyone clear on DAO class? Shall I move to next one? You will see sample code also. Next work is that only. Next work is that only, boss. Then what is next one? Service class. Service class. What is the service class, guys? It is the Java class that contains business logics. What logics, guys? That contains business logic, also called service logics, like calculations and analyzations. Calculations and analyzation. Or I'll put something like this. Listen. Customer is giving item names. Okay. Otherwise, we'll go in one more angle. Student is giving his name, his age, Marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. They will go to controller as VO class object. Calculating total and average, generating result or generating rank is business logic. Okay, na generating ranking. And saving them in the database table as a record is called persistence logic. Is called persistence logic. One more example. Customer is giving principal amount, rate of interest, time of interest as the inputs. Comes to controller. Controller gives them to service class. Calculating simple interest amount or compound interest amount is business logic. And saving all those details in database table as record is what? Persistence logic. Saving all those records in database table as record is called persistence logic. I hope you are understanding what is the difference between both, guys. Crystal clear. Calculations and analyzations will be there in business logics and service logics. Okay, guys. Service class. Service classes will be taken on one per module basis. What basis, guys? One per module basis. Array project contains modules. You know that, na? Project contains modules. Project contains module 1, module 2, module 3, and each module contains resources. Each module contains resources. What kind of resources? Classes, files, okay, classes, files, a number of things. Each module contains resources, including packages. Right. I'll give one more terminology here. One more. University project. University project you take. Okay. All registrations will happen in registrations module, guys. Registrations module. Next, registration module. Counseling, getting admissions, faculty registration, student registration, counseling part. Everything will be taken care by this module, guys. Next one, academics. Conducting classes, by arranging faculties for different courses is what? Academics module. Academics module. University will have one more module called exams module. What yeah? This module will take care of all examination part, guys. Maybe semester exam, final exams, whatever, announcing results, everything comes under examination module or exams module. Next, sports and cultural activities module. Cultural activities module. Like this, lot of modules will be there, guys. Event management, all these things will be done here, right? All are part of the same project. Array, you take banking project, boss. Daily transactions module. It will deal with withdraw deposit, transfer money, checking balance. All these are daily transactions. Loans module. Loans module. Home loans, mortgage loans, vehicle loans. Lot of modules will be there. Next, mutual funds module will take care of investments, boss. Investments. Next, insurance module. Nowadays, bank people only selling insurance policies. So insurance module will be there. Next, payroll module will be there. It will talk about all salaries of the employees. All salaries of the employees. Even university project also contains payroll module. University project also contains payroll module. I think you understood the difference between project and module. Project contains module, module contain resources. Those resources may be classes, interface, enums, annotation, files, XML files, Y file, Z file, images, audio, video, anything, everything together we call as resources. And those resources will not be kept in single location, they will be kept in multiple packages. Are you getting my point? All the resources, do you think you will keep in a single package, single directory? No, we will be keeping in multiple packages, which are called multiple directories. Service classes will be taken on one per module basis. So the bigger classes was for entire module, single class. That means in one service class, so many business methods will be there covering all business activities of entire module. All business activities of entire module. Gets inputs from okay, controller as a DTO class object. More than three inputs. More than three inputs. Only if inputs are more than three inputs. Next, gives inputs or results to DAO class. DAO as BO class object. Okay, guys, as BO class object. Yes, guys. Tell me, guys, more than three inputs or results will be given as a DAO class. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Right. Every module will have all the layers, boss. Next one, boss. Next is what? Controller. Controller. It is the Java class that contains monitoring or controlling logics. Okay, guys. Get inputs or results to DAO. Results give. Actually, it's not gets, it's gives. Okay. It's gives. Copy paste side effect. Right, boss. It is the Java class that contains monitoring or controlling logics, guys. Controlling logics. Okay. This class. Okay, guys. This class. Yes. Right, boss. Now tell me here what is this? This class links. This class links correct client application. Okay, appropriate client application. Appropriate client application with appropriate. Come on. appropriate service class. Are you understanding my point, guys? Appropriate client application with appropriate service classes. Understanding my statement? Appropriate service classes. Array, don't worry about the wordings. Small spells you just ignore. So since it is a paintbrush, we cannot modify that much easily. This class links appropriate client applications with appropriate service classes and vice versa. Vice versa. That means reverse also true, guys. Reverse also true. Array, while sending inputs, it will link appropriate client with appropriate service. While gathering result, it will link appropriate service with appropriate client or not. So who will take care of this work, guys? Controller. So it is one per project. Array, for supervisors also, they'll keep use numbers. Huh? No, na boss. This fellow is just doing monitoring work. This is generally one per project. This is generally one per project. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. One per project. This class gets inputs from client application or UI components. Client application or UI component. If it is a standalone application, guys, if it is standalone application, client. If it is a web application from UI components. Yes, boss. This class gives results gathered from service class 2. Come on. Results gathered from. Okay, guys. Results gathered from service class. This class gives results gathered from service class. This class gives results gathered from service class and gives back to client application. Gives back to client application. Fine. So I think you got idea, boss. Right. DAO boss, service boss, controller boss. All these things, are you listening, boss? Come on. Right. Now next, what is there, guys? Okay, guys. So now let's go for client application. Contains logic to create IOC container. Okay, IOC container and logic to get controller class object. Okay, controller class object. Contains logic to create IOC container. Contains logic to create IOC container and logic to get controller class object. Controller class object. Tell me. Contains presentation logics. Presentation logics to give inputs to controller and to gather outputs from controller. Inputs to controller class, outputs from controller class. Okay, guys. He gives inputs to controller class and gathers outputs from controller class. Are you listening my statement, boss? Right. I think you got idea about every layer, boss. I hope you got idea about every layer. Crystal clear clarity, you got it? Crystal clear clarity, you got it? What logics we are going to write in what place? Okay, now you just think about it. Look at the advantages once. Clean separation between logics is possible, so code does not look clumsy. Are different logics in different classes, guys? Different logics in different classes. So do you think code looks clumsy, boss? No, not at all. The modification done in one layer logic does not affect what? Other layer logics. The modification done in one layer logic does not affect what? Other layer logics. Right. Maintenance and enhancement of the project becomes what? Easy. Parallel development is possible and productivity good looks good. See guys, in these many classes we can see multiple programmers working on it. Raman, we can see multiple programmers working on it parallelly. What do you say, guys? What do you say, guys? So that parallel development will happen, productivity will be increased. What do you mean by productivity? Doing more work in less time or not? Simply productivity means what? Doing more work in less time. So that's why industry prefers okay, layered application. All projects in industry are layered applications. See boss, what I am doing, I have introduced some concepts, developed some applications. Okay, develops the application. So now let me take you to the next level discussion, boss. What is our next level? Before going to that, popular interview question. How did you use how did you use dependency injection in your Spring project, or Spring application. Yes, my project is layered application. My project is layered application having service DAO and controller classes. Having service DAO and controller classes. I hope you are understanding my point, guys. So, DAO has controller classes. Here, mm, in those layered applications, okay, the DAO object, DAO class object will be injected to, yeah, DAO class object will be injected to service class, and service class object will be injected to controller. Okay, guys. Yes, boss. Right, boss. Listen, guys. So this is becoming bit controversy. Sir, controller will be one per project, sir. No, sir. I am seeing multiple controllers. Listen. Okay. Generally, what? This is generally one per project. In case of front controller concept. Front controller. Today you don't bother, guys. If at all you are using front controller concept, there will be only one front controller because it has to stand in the front and to receive all the things and should handle all the things, guys. So that's why you blindly remember, if you deal with front controller concept, there will be only one controller for entire project. I hope you benefited with the today's session, boss. You benefited with the today's session. You got some idea. Hmm. Listen, like this for every 10 days, 12 days, few concepts we'll learn. After that, one mini project. Again, few concepts, one mini project. Same pattern will continue in case of what? Spring Boot and microservice environment also. So that you will be having subject of concept and how those concepts should be used in real time. Like this, you'll be having multiple mini projects, boss. If you study these mini projects properly, if you practice properly, there is no need of, okay, going to real time project batch. Also, there is no need of begging seniors and friends, are give me project to keep in my resume. Whatever projects I am giving in the classroom, you can simply enhance them and you can add some explanation and you can keep in the resume. That too, when you show 3 4 years gap as experience, that much subject I am going to give to you people. Understanding my statement, right? Okay. Yes yes tomorrow we don't have class. Next class will be, yeah, major project means was separate batch. Java real time project batch is major project batch, that is a separate batch. Okay. Vinay Kumar, Vinay Kumar, when you deal with front controller pattern, generally there will be one controller. There will be one front controller. In that angle I have given, there should be only one controller kind of thing. Okay. Josna madam, there is a section of code. If you go there, you will get a zip to download. Right. Shubham Kushwa, Shubham Kushwa, we have just discussed a layered application. Please join on time. Please join on time. We just discussed layered application and how dependency injection will be used in real practices. Fine. Debugging tool on April 18th Sunday. That means you are not watching the group properly. Debugging tool is that one. Yes. See, target and dependent classes you are separating. Array, you are writing service as dependent to controller means you already separating now, boss. You already separating, right? Okay. Yes, the people who just know core Java, they are eligible to attend debugging classes. They are eligible to attend debugging classes. Fine. Sindhu, can you keep target and dependent classes in different packages? You can happily do. So if you look at this project, the project what I'm going to take, service classes I will take in a different package, DAO classes I will take in different package. Yes. Next class will be on Monday. Tomorrow we don't have any class. But next Sunday, April 18th, 11 o'clock, we have a session on debugging. Debugging. Right. Right. Uh, Rachana, this time I announced. Rachana, this time I announced. If you miss the class, also no problem. You can get the video from YouTube. Right. Yeah. Please go to the batch. See, listen. Everyone, please go to the group. In the group, I already kept some link for debugging classes. I already kept some link for debugging classes. Please collect it. Anyone is having debugging class? Anyone is having debugging class link, boss? Anyone is having debugging class link? Please share with me. I will play. I will give for everyone. Yeah, this one. Everyone is able to see these guys. Yeah, please use this link for completing the registration. Thank you, guys. We'll meet on Monday. We'll meet on Monday. We'll go for it. Thank you. And please don't miss Monday's class. Monday, I'm going to give storyboard of the application. And Tuesday, Tuesday I'm going to implement the application. But this Sunday I'm giving one task for you people, boss. Everyone, please don't leave. Everyone, please don't leave. Please stay back. Everyone, please don't leave. Please stay back. I am giving some task to you people. Okay. See, guys, Meven by Natras, session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4, session 5. Total 5 sessions are there on Meven. Understanding my point? Yes. 5 videos are there, boss. These are recently conducted videos only. So I'm giving 1 week time. What? How many days time? 1 week time. Everyone, please watch. Everyone, please watch these 5 videos. Yes, it's a complete Meven course, guys. Please watch these 5 videos. Exactly after 1 week, I'm going to use Meven in the classroom. Okay, sir. No, sir. I want to listen once again live class. That will happen in future, but I cannot wait until Meven class is conducted to use Meven in the classroom. So that's why I'm giving 1 week time and these 5 videos to you people. Please complete and keep yourself